Would you believe me if I told you that the post-credit scene for this movie got more of a reaction from certain people than a certain moment in Spider-Man No Way Home? Because it did. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is more of an informal vlog reaction style video to Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I just got back from seeing the movie, and I have some thoughts, so I'm going to get into that. Before I do, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the notification bell, comment down below your thoughts on the movie. But I was going to film this in my car, but surprisingly, at 3 p.m. on a Thursday, it was a packed house theater. Parking lot was full, it was traffic. I was like, I'm just going to book it out of here and film this video at my house. Right off the bat, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is good. I liked it about as much as the first one. I'd say this is about on par with that. I don't think that it is a revolutionary movie. I know it's getting a ton of hype online, and that's everything that comes out nowadays, so take that all with a grain of salt on social media. So positives about Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's a lot of fun, and it continues to have a lot of charm and heart that we see in the first movie. Obviously, the relationship between James Marsden's character and Sonic was huge near the end of the first movie. That carries over into this as well. I like to see their dynamic kind of growing more a family bond. Really, this movie is a family story, and it's showing bonds grow stronger, and Sonic embracing his new role as a hero. It's a pretty well-written story, in my opinion. And Ben Schwartz just owns this role. He's so funny and quippy with his one-liners. There were some jokes that made me chuckle, especially when they related to current pop culture and like actors. I like when they are very aware of that. There's a Winter Soldier joke. There's a funny one regarding a feud between some actors. That was possibly my favorite joke of the movie. And Jim Carrey, I mean, he's a legend. We all know Jim Carrey's great. He's got his extra fancy mustache in this one. He's a little cringe at times. I think his character by nature is cringe, and obviously this is a movie catered to kids, so there's those cringe moments for sure that don't really hit home with me and make me laugh. I felt like maybe a little crickets in the audience, but it is what it is. Overall, I think he's an effective villain, especially for the plot they set up, which is kind of funny because in many ways it feels like Avengers Infinity War at times. And if you watch the movie, you know what I mean. And I was like, Infinity War, which is funny. For a Sonic movie, you wouldn't think that it would feel like that, but that was the case in one portion of the movie. And frankly, when it comes to the structure of this movie, I was really struggling to get into it for about the first 15-30 minutes. I would say the whole first act felt a little bit all over the place to me. Like, we were dealing with James Marsden's character and his wife, and them having to go to a wedding in Hawaii, Sonic kind of settling in, Robotnik and Knuckles is introduced in this movie. There was a lot going on. It felt like we were jumping around a bit. But once it finds its footing about 30 minutes into the movie, and we get into our main journey and adventure of the film, I kind of sit back, take a deep breath, a sigh of relief, and be like, okay, I know where we're headed now. I can enjoy the movie now. Tails is introduced in this movie, as we see in the trailers, and the dynamic between Tails and Sonic is my favorite in the entire movie, simply because Sonic is really finding a genuine friend in Tails. They have each other's backs, and seeing the camaraderie that forms between them during the movie, it really kind of hit me in the feels. There's one shot in particular where they're staying the night somewhere, and it really was like, oh, that's a very sweet moment. They feel like they're becoming genuine friends. And I think the action is solid in this movie as well. Knuckles versus Sonic is a cool showdown. The visual effects are dope, just like in the first movie. But like I talked about up front with the structure, I think the first act is very bogged down. But surprisingly, the movie is overly long. It's 2 hours long. And I don't think a Sonic movie needs to be 2 hours long. There's a moment in the movie where it feels like it ends. It feels like all the objectives have been achieved, but then it continues going for like 25 more minutes. It feels like they could have just had a much more simple ending, in my opinion. But they prolonged it, and I don't like when movies do that. They prolong it, and you have to get this obligatory, epic third act battle, much like in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, the Marvel film. That's kind of what happens in this movie, and I was like, damn, that's a bummer, because I really thought they could have ended it instead of dragging it out so much. And that just goes to show the pacing of this movie is a little bit off. You know, we got a little bit of a slow, bumpy ride in the first act. The middle act of the movie flies by, and then parts of the third act hit home, and then towards the end again, it gets bogged down a little bit again. I like the way it ends. I mean, I had a smile on my face. The movie's charming. If you have kids, they'll enjoy this movie. If you grew up and you're a big fan of Sonic, you're going to enjoy this movie. From my perspective, too, I'm not a huge Sonic fan. I didn't really play any of the games growing up. I had one like Sonic Surfer game, I want to say, where you would like race through. It was like a Mario Kart version of Sonic. That's all I really was when it comes to my familiarity with this character. But I think that mega fans of Sonic are going to adore this. If you like the first movie, you're going to enjoy this movie. It's a simple, fun story. In a week, I won't be thinking about this movie, but it did its job. It was entertaining for 2 hours. A little over long. The movie was a bit predictable, and it follows a lot of tropes and cliches that we've seen in this type of movie. In the third act, it's kind of inevitable with a big blockbuster movie at this point. We're going to see common tropes recurring. But at the end of the day, it did its job. Harmless movie, in my opinion. Not one I love, not one I hate, just an entertaining time, just like the first Sonic movie. They're both of equal quality. I'd really have to think which one I enjoy more. I think this one might have the edge slightly because of Idris Elba's Knuckles, a character that is an absolute scene stealer and I hope we see in future films maybe. He is my favorite part of this movie by far. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is a worthy follow-up to the original movie in my opinion. It will make you laugh. It'll warm your heart a bit. Is it cringy at times? Sure, but it's made for kids essentially, so you kind of need to expect that going into it. It's sort of cliche and predictable, but it's a serviceable, fun time. I'd give this movie anywhere between a 3 to a 3.5 out of 5, which is a good movie in my eyes. But what do you guys think of Sonic the Hedgehog 2? Let me know down below. Also, throwing it back with the setup in this video? Anyone been here in the long haul? Remember when I used to film directly on this corner angle? That was the time. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I wanted to say, if you're not following me on Twitch, make sure to follow me on Twitch. It is linked down below. I'm streaming through LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga right now. Fantastic game. We've had 2 nights in a row of going 4 hours on Twitch. Probably going to be going another 4 hours tonight, so make sure to follow me over there. It's an absolute blast. I'm playing Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Chef's kiss of the game. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy Sonic 2. There is a post-credit scene. Make sure to stick around for it. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.